The beautiful canopy that is the Kakamega Forest. This green sanctuary teems with life characterized by the sounds of diverse wildlife. But soon this orchestra of nature could be silenced. Just a few meters into the forest and we have already lost count of the number of trees that have been felled. Most of these trees are indigenous. Illegal logging, and especially of indigenous trees, is rampant inside the forest. We stumble upon some trees that have been felled, but the perpetrators were either caught or escaped without taking the trees with them. They are now rotting away in the forest. We soon lose count of these ones too.
We have so many human activities that are really interfering with the plant and animal species here. We are talking of logging, which is illegal logging, of course, where people get into the forest and cut trees, some of which are very unique species that cannot be found, actually threatened with extinction. And yet some of these people, whenever they come in to log, they don't understand those concepts.
Deep inside the forest, we meet young children aged between 7 and 15. They are carrying some leftovers of the trees that have been felled. They drop the logs and take to their hills, an indication that cat and mouse game between the community living near the forest and the police in charge of the forest is a usual occurrence. A look into the forest from a distance shows the gaps as a result of indiscriminate tree cutting. Most of the trees are sold for commercial purposes and the rest used for charcoal burning.
Ukitoka kwa shule ya Mureke, kuna maaskari wa forest yao wamechukua makao na chomea huko nyuma penye watu wanapasuliwa mbao. Sasa tunataka serikali kama yenyewe iko iende huko iangalie kama hii maneno yenye nasema ni kama ya ukora. Tayari hata nikiongea hivi kuna evidence hao watu wenye hao maaskari wanachoma makaa. Kuna mama mwenye tumemjengea nyumba huko Jirovani. Kuna wakubwa wa hizo msitu wamechoma makaa karibu mkono 20. Siko kwa hiyo mama anaitwa Ayuma huko kwa Jirovani hapo kwa njia.
These are the ugly activities going on inside the Kakamega Forest, activities that could be a result of various problems that have not been addressed. According to the chairman of the Kenya Water Towers Authority, Isaac Kalua, these very issues affect almost every other forest in the country.
The region, are they informed about this process? Most of the times you find that they are not aware. They just wake up, they find that people are harvesting trees, they were not aware. The DC, the chief, the governor, and all these people, they were not aware, and therefore people get disgruntled and they are not happy at all with this. And this is where you find a danger. Like the early 2000 or thereabout, you realize that Chepalungu Forest was cleared, about 10,000 acres, because people were there, they've been taking care of the forest, and all of a sudden, people from elsewhere have been licensed to come and clear the forest and harvest the trees, and therefore within 1 month, a forest of about 10,000 acres was cleared within a month, and therefore this is because of misinformation. So information is very important.
Locals here speak of the activity in harsh tones. People who conduct the business of charcoal burning are well known, but we are told they are untouchable because of their connection with the authorities. We are shown from a distance where large-scale charcoal burning takes place, but warned against going there. Information that these people work together with those in charge of protecting the forest is an open secret among the locals. There are a number of millers operating inside the forest, and most of them claim to have been licensed to harvest non-indigenous trees within a section of the forest that has been set aside for the cause. However, a number of them, well known to the local community, harvest indigenous trees.
Ukienda kununua karibu miti 100, wanakupatia nini, unaenda unapaka rangi kwa zile miti zenye unataka kuchukua. Sasa huyo askari anakuuliza kitu kidogo kama 1000, kama umepeana huko karibu 1,100, umpatie kama 10,000 alafu anakuongeza miti nyingine 20. Chukiwa na serikali si kila kitu iko hivyo. Yeah. Wakienda huko wanakata mti yote yenye wanataka kukata, hata hizi elcontic. Ukienda uangalie zile ambao zenye wanasafirisha ziko ndani. Na ni zile miti ambazo serikali imekataa kukata.
indigenous trees are being removed together with the pine trees which were planted for harvesting purposes. This is a fact, because over the time you can be able to find trees that are growing under and the same together with the other planted material. But go to our markets. Today you can buy any kind of timber. It is not authorized. So millers are just doing it haphazardly. They are not controlled in some of the cases. They try to sanitize what is already wrong.
The effects of such human activities are already being felt. Two waterbeds of rivers that are sustained by the forest, River Isihu and River Yala, have reduced. Some sections of the river are thinning out, almost drying up. Locals who depend on the rivers for water now have to walk a long distance in search of the precious commodity during dry seasons, unlike a few years back when they used to fetch water from the rivers just a stone's throw from their homes throughout the year.
Some of a few rivers that usually used to flow close to to this forest are now either depressed, seriously depressed, or some of them are dry. And so that one then becomes a major challenge.
Value of water is mind-boggling. You cannot just cut trees, and yet these are natural water towers that you can be able to regenerate. And besides, there are animals that have since found habitation in this particular place. So you're messing an entire ecosystem. They are feeling the climatic changes. You can imagine the heat that we are now going through. It is just because of these silly things that we keep doing every single day, not knowing that they are going to affect us in the near future.
The Crying Stone, which is the most famous attraction feature in Kakamega, has also been affected. Water used to flow from the stone every single day of the year, and most believed they were tears, but now it is seasonal, only flowing during the rainy season. Inasmuch as locals have attributed the changes to cultural beliefs, environmentalists say it is due to climate change and a reduction in the waterbed caused by destruction of water catchment areas.
Forest cover, Kenya needs much more. We have countries that are doing 60% of their forest cover.
We've had a serious shrunk of this forest, and if nothing's done to it, protection measures are put in place, we are saying that very soon some of the very, very unique plant and animal species that cannot be found here in the world will be extinct.
For now, the forest is still breathing, but for how long will the remaining trees stand tall? Namukabo Werungah, NTV, Kakamega.